makes you think that the baby who has murdered people for centuries even wants this to end? Y'all, the baby says mama, and Natasha picks him up. Lord Jesus, child. Hey guys, it's Nikki. Welcome back to my channel, King Nikki TV, where I give you commentary on popular movies and TV shows. In this video, I will be recapping The Baby, episode 7. Guys, we are down to the wire. Only one episode left. I am happy to see it end. And I'm getting the feeling there is not going to be a happy ending necessarily. There will be no defeating the baby. That's just my speculation. Demon Baby will continue to reign supreme. Now, this episode starts with Natasha, Mrs. Eves, and the Demon Baby all back at Natasha's house. Mrs. Eves is adamant that they have to go and find Jack and remove the curse to end all of this. Mrs. Eves starts to get up, starts to walk, and suddenly, y'all, she just falls over. And of course, Demon Baby laughs, because he laughs anytime somebody die, get hurt, fall. Yo, why hasn't the Demon Baby killed Mrs. Eves, y'all? I mean, he could have if he wanted to. So what is he keeping her around for exactly? Natasha tells Mrs. Eves, look, you had a heart attack, you need to go to the hospital. But Mrs. Eves refuses to go to the hospital. She is focused on ending this and stopping the curse. Natasha says how the Demon Baby is not currently giving them any grief, that Demon Baby is tired as well. So the first thing that they're going to do is get Mrs. Eves a bath, get her fed, and get her some sleep. And after all of that, they can go and find Jack and remove the curse. Mrs. Eves tells Natasha that she is getting way too soft with the baby. And child, I've been thinking she was too soft with the baby this entire time. I mean, after all these deaths, after all these strange occurrences, Natasha has continuously treated the Demon Baby like an actual baby. Honestly, her attitude has been a little bit off in my opinion, because she doesn't appear to understand that her life is in literal danger. It's like Natasha does not recognize the fact that every single solitary woman that this baby latches onto ends up dead. I don't know why it seems like that hasn't dawned on Natasha. Now, y'all, why was Mrs. Eves just laying there soaking in the tub? I'm like, child, babe, and get out. We are dealing with a Demon Baby who murders people. Really, though, it's off to me how they not in any type of hurry. I mean, Mrs. Eves wanted to go get Jack, but it's like we just slowed down to take a little bubble bath. We need to make haste. I will go find Jack immediately, dirty and all. I can get clean when Demon Baby is over and the curse is lifted. I mean, is there a timeline for how long the Demon Baby stays with a woman before killing her? They haven't established that there is one, so that would mean that he could kill Natasha at any moment, just move on to another woman. So why are we just taking our time, just leisurely? But anyways, while Mrs. Eves is soaking in the bathtub, Natasha is sitting outside of the bathroom, and she asks Mrs. Eves, so you think that the curse you put on his dad started all of this? And Mrs. Eves tells her yes. And Natasha asks her, well, why didn't you tell me this before? But Mrs. Eves says that, well, she thought Jack was dead. Natasha asks, how do you even lift a curse? And begins to look online for some answers. She sees different things like sage and crystals, and she's reading everything off to Mrs. Eves in earshot of the baby. Then she reads that you burn the cursor and the victim to death together so that the curse will die with them. But y'all, I was really confused, like, why we saying all this where the Demon Baby could hear us? I feel like that really didn't make much sense. Why would we want him to hear us plotting on how we are going to end this thing? Why would we want him to know our plan? What makes you think that the baby who has murdered people for centuries even wants this to end? Child, they cut to Bobby and her girlfriend. Y'all, I immediately got annoyed. I'm sorry. I cannot stand the Bobby character, and I am so confused as to why we are following her outside of the baby. Look, I don't care about this little subplot in the slightest. And I mean, it is only a 30-minute episode. We need, in my opinion, to be utilizing the runtime wisely, given the fact that we're at the end of the series. There is still so much to unpack when it comes to the demon baby. There is still so much that we don't know, but whatever. The showrunners think it's a good idea to focus on this Bobby subplot. So maybe it's just me. I mean, I guess everybody else is enjoying Bobby and her girlfriend, they little characters, little subplot. I'm not. But anyways, Bobby's girlfriend is upset and asking her where has she been, that their audition is in half an hour. But y'all, how you spend a night away from your girlfriend and she just worried about the audition? You don't care what your girl was overnight? Okay, whatever. But y'all, I'm also confused because when we saw Bobby kidnap the demon baby, remember when she went and got that cookie and was just having fun sitting in the grass? Her girlfriend was looking for her because they had an audition, right? But that was 1 day ago. They spent the night at the commune. I'm confused on the timeline with this audition because I thought the audition was the previous day when Bobby ran off with the baby. But anyways, I would think that a couple who is trying to adopt and gets denied, that Bobby, like the first thing she would bring up would be the adoption. But it's not. Her girlfriend asked something about is she okay? And she's just like, yep. Even though she visibly looks upset. They bicker a little bit about Bobby putting on some part of her costume, and this is when she finally brings up the adoption news. But childish Bobby gets upset because she feels her girlfriend is not very upset about not getting a baby. So yeah, Bobby throws a hissy fit, a temper tantrum. The girlfriend's focus is on the audition that they are about to do. And honestly, I don't blame you. Like, even if I have a problem I'm worried about, if I got something to do, I'm gonna focus on what I got to do. And y'all, these next events, in my opinion, were so annoying and so childish. And maybe that's why I don't like the Bobby character so much, because I swear she is written like a spoiled brat teenager. Like, is this a grown woman? Because she don't come off as one. As they're getting ready to step on stage, Bobby looks completely miserable and her girlfriend is straight up oblivious to it. So throughout the audition, right, Bobby is just completely not engaged. She's not like coming in on certain cues, and her girlfriend just kind of covers and continues along. I feel like if Bobby was going to do all this right, she might as well just not have come to the audition. Like, what the fuck is you here for? I mean, if you're not going to do the audition, you're not going to interact, then what the fuck are you here for? Oh, that's so annoying. It's just so dumb, y'all. So once her girlfriend is near her, she whispers and it's like, what the hell, can you cheer up? And for some reason, this pisses Bobby off even more. Like, this tips her over the edge. And she decides to just completely outright ruin the audition. She reveals the secret of the trick to the guy who's, judging the audition. And she shouts, I quit, right on stage in the middle of the audition. This was so childish. Like, I can't even, y'all. I can't even. Yes, having a baby is important to you, but this audition is important to your partner. So, like, what are you doing? I mean, what does throwing a temper tantrum help? You still ain't got no baby? And really, how can you get upset with somebody because they not upset about something you want them to be upset about? Like, you mad at me because I'm not mad about something you want me to be mad about? That don't make no sense. I'm sorry, it don't. Bobby was basically punishing her girlfriend because Bobby did not like her reaction to the adoption news. You upset with me because I'm not upset like you want me to be upset about something you upset about. Bobby upset her girlfriend, not upset, so she ruins the audition. But really, she pulled up to the audition looking miserable. So again, why even come? If you know that all you gonna do is ruin some ish, bring the mood down, just be a motherfucking black cloud over the event, stay home. So we get back to the baby story and we see Natasha giving him a bath. It's crazy, y'all, because in this scene, she was all sweet and gentle bathing him. Like, I don't know, y'all. They have had this weird bond from the beginning. But y'all, why does Natasha tell the demon baby, consider this your last bath for me because pretty soon I'm going to be free? Girl, are you crazy? Why would you tell the devil who trying to trap you that you got a plan to be free from him? I feel like this needs to end with Natasha dead. I'm sorry. Because she's not taking this ish seriously enough. The demon baby wants you in his grips. He does not want you to be free from him. Duh. So Natasha then says, well, what's going to happen to you when we lift this curse? Will you just disappear into a cloud of smoke? And then, y'all, Natasha starts wondering if she will also disappear into a cloud of smoke once this curse is lifted. Like, baby, what are you even talking about? Y'all, Natasha says, it's not like anybody will miss me. What am I going to do with myself next? So, wait. You mean to tell me that the woman who did not want kids, who was upset her dang friends was having kids, is now questioning what she will possibly do with herself if she does not have the baby to take care of? Because what else is there for a woman to do besides take care of the motherfucking baby? Child, this is insane. We get a phone call to Natasha from her dad saying that he heard she went to see Barbie and he's proud of her and yada, yada, yada. What was the point of this? It was like a 5-second phone call, and then we just moved on. Anyways, Mrs. Eves is in the bathtub, still soaking, y'all. Baby, how long are you gonna soak in the bathtub? Y'all, who stops for a bubble bath in the middle of a demon baby murder spree that we trying to stop? She might as well have done a mud mask and laid in the tub with a glass of champagne. Okay, so now Mrs. E sees dead Helen and tells her that she gonna kill Jack, and dead Helen is just like, yeah, I know. Like, this just normal, like, we just talking to our dead ex-girlfriend. Y'all, what exactly is going on here? Mrs. E is just talking to dead Helen. Does Mrs. E think that being visited by her dead girlfriend is what, normal? I would think this the demon baby, conjuring up some, I don't know, hallucination. So Mrs. Eves is sitting and eating dinner in front of the demon baby who made a woman choke to death while eating a cookie in front of him. I would never eat anywhere near this baby, but hey, that's just me. Mrs. Eves tells Natasha, I found him a month after Helen died with the woman who ended up kicked in the head by a horse. Y'all, the baby giggles. I guess he was reminiscing on the fun of killing this lady. Mrs. Eves tells Natasha, it took me years to understand the pattern. He went for childless women, women who did not want a baby. I think they reminded him of Helen. He wanted them to love him the way that she could not. And when they wouldn't, he'd just get rid of them and move on. Natasha, are you listening, baby? She goes on to say that some of them fought back and she thought she could help those ones, but the more they resisted, the worse it got. So she just watched. And Natasha asked, did anyone try to love them? Mrs. E's reaction is my reaction. Mrs. E's laughed and said, who could? But y'all, as I'm watching, I'm wondering, okay, if Jack is alive and all Mrs. Eves needs to do to end all of this is to remove the curse, then why didn't dead Helen tell her that Jack was alive years ago? Like, I'm feeling like this is all a plot from the demon baby. Her seeing Helen in the woods, because why is you suddenly telling her that Jack is alive now? Later that evening, Natasha tells Mrs. Eves that she found Jack. She tells her the exact hospital that he's at. Apparently, he is dying of lung disease. But Natasha tells Mrs. Eves they will do everything tomorrow. And I'm watching like, child, the baby ain't finna let y'all get to tomorrow. That's what I was thinking. Like, you letting him know the plan. So now he got a plan to put the kibosh on your plan. But y'all, I thought neglecting the baby had dire consequences. Why were they sitting on the sofa with their backs to the baby who was strapped in his chair, still at the dining room table? Just over there all by himself. I don't know. I thought that was odd. Like, okay. Of course, once Natasha falls asleep, Mrs. Eves gets to getting. She gets dressed and goes over to the baby. Y'all, Mrs. Eve look at the baby and it's like, ready? Y'all, the baby was looking at her like, no, bitch, are you ready? I don't know how they got this little baby acting, because these little facial expressions be killing me, y'all. How they make the baby look like that when they filming? Mrs. Eves grabs that little mini blowtorch thing that Natasha uses when cooking, and she heads out to the hospital. But y'all, they were going to bed. What time is it? Shouldn't visiting hours be over? Like, this is bedtime. Like, what time is they going to sleep? Anyways, y'all, Mrs. Eves is in the hospital pushing the stroller down the hallway, and one of the demon baby yellow little socks falls to the ground. And the second that happened, I knew what was going on. I was like, yo, this is so contrived. This is so terrible. Like, this is such a setup. Since when does the baby lose a sock? The baby done had them socks for 50 years. At the beginning of the series, when he went over the cliff, if I remember correctly, the cop grabbed his sock, right, because he went to try to grab the baby. But in 50 years, this baby does not lose a sock. He been wearing the same socks for 50. Okay, whatever. How did it just conveniently fall right here at this moment? The demon baby is conspiring. He's conspiring to put the kibosh on them, okay? He been wearing these socks and the same, okay, whatever. He plotting. So, y'all, Mrs. Eves gets to Jack's room, and guess what? Jack has a wife, and he got like 4 daughters. So, excuse me, what curse? What curse? Well, because it don't look like his bloodline is cursed in the slightest. And her curse also said that Jack would not know a day of happiness. And it looked like he has known many days of happiness, baby. It looked like the only people was cursed was Helen and Mrs. Eves. But y'all, really, I'm so confused with this show. Jack kidnapped Helen. He held her against her will. He forced her to give birth against her will. And he get to go on and have a great life? I'm confused. What exactly is the audience supposed to be taking away from this show? But anyways, after Jack's loving wife and beautiful children leave, oh, it was his birthday, y'all. That was wishing him a happy birthday. Yeah, he's living a great life. Mrs. Eves goes into his room and closes the door. She starts pouring gasoline all over him, and he wakes up when it hits him in the face. Obviously, Mrs. Eves is getting ready to burn them both alive to end the curse. I was hoping Natasha would get there just as they was burnt alive, and the baby would just be sitting there unscathed. That's how I wanted this to go. Mrs. Eves tells Jack, I want you to meet your son. And Demon Baby is saying, daddy, daddy, daddy. Like over and over again. Y'all, the Demon Baby can pop up wherever he wants to, right? He popped up on Natasha's doorstep. He popped up in the cabin while Helen and young Mrs. Eves were sleeping. So why didn't he ever pop up on Jack? Why is the Demon Baby only punishing women? Or only wanting women to love him? Jack left him too, right? Jack didn't love him. We saw Jack last episode in the flashback look at the baby at the top of the stairs and just turn and leave the house and leave the baby. So why didn't Demon Baby go pop up on Jack or go after man? Now, while all of this is going on, Natasha is asleep on the sofa, right? When suddenly she wakes up, she's awoken to young Mrs. Eves sitting next to her. And this kind of confirmed for me that the dead Helen Mrs. Eves been seeing is the Demon Baby. The young Mrs. Eves is telling Natasha the story of 3 brothers, right, who are trying to build a house. But they believe it is cursed because as they build and work on the house, it just keeps falling down. So they agree to sacrifice the next person that they see walking on by to lift the curse. And the wife of the oldest brother is the next person who comes walking by with breakfast for them. She lets herself get walled in, is what young Mrs. Eve says. I guess walled in means she let them put her body in the wall of the house, right? So the wife only asks that they leave her left breast exposed so she can feed her baby until she dies. Y'all, she okay with dying. Just let her feed her baby. I swear the messaging I'm getting from this series is women have to be mothers or die. I mean, the baby kills all the women who don't want a baby. The woman, the wife being killed by 3 brothers is willing to die And she only asked that they let her feed her baby. Real? Okay. Y'all, what y'all reading in this? Like, am I off the deep end? So after they sacrificed the brother's wife, the house finally stands. Natasha asks, so she sacrificed herself, and young Mrs. Eve says, well, if not that woman, then it would have been the next one. It is an endless cycle. She goes on to say that the curse is just another story we tell ourselves. How it started is not what is important. It is how you end it. Just give him what he wants, Natasha. That's what young Mrs. Eve says. Why shouldn't it be you? What else are you here for? Just give him what he wants. Y'all, this is not young Mrs. Eve. This is the demon baby. But I swear I'm confused on, like, yo, writer, excuse me, what are you trying to say with this series? What else are you here for? As if Natasha ain't here for no other person. Whatever. Okay, y'all, I'm off the deep end. I might be off the deep end. I might be reading too much into this. Okay. Look, I don't want kids, and the demon baby is not convincing me otherwise. You ain't sold me, demon baby. This series is not convincing me otherwise. Actually, it is having the opposite effect. Let me tell you, if I do ever have a baby, I'm not buying no yellow footies. The yellow footy scream demon baby vibes. Anyways, Natasha ends up getting grabbed by arms like coming through the wall, y'all. And she wakes up laying on the floor. Child, look, any dream that ends and arms reaching out and grabbing me through the wall, I'm not gonna wake up thinking, oh, this was a good dream, or any messaging in the dream is for my own good. No, that sounds kind of evil. But Natasha wakes up with the realization that the curse is not real and that she needs to just give in to the demon baby. She sees that young Mrs. Eve and demon baby and her mini little flamethrower thing is gone. We see her running through the hospital looking for Jack's room. And this is why I say the sock falling was contrived. This is what we knew was going to happen. This was so convenient. Natasha sees the sock on the floor, and it leads her to Jack's room. So back in the room, Jack tells Mrs. Eve that the baby died, that Helen took him into the water with her. Y'all, what is this? Why he said that? Because we saw what happened, unless that was demon baby making us see that. But Mrs. Eve calls him a liar and says that he left the baby and left her to deal with his mess. Jack says there was something wrong with him from the start. It was Helen's fault. She should have loved him. She made him malicious. Okay, so again, I'm confused on the messaging. Jack forced Helen to have a baby she did not want, but it's Helen's fault that the baby turned into a demon, murder, malicious baby because she would not love a baby that she was forced to have, the baby that she didn't want to have. Now, y'all, this next part was so ridiculous. The feeble old man dying of lung cancer, lung disease, is able to reach over to the table, grab a vase, and knock Mrs. Eve over the head. The second his arm went over there, she should have been able to just slap his hand down. Child, this was so dumb. After she falls to the floor, he gets on top of her and starts to strangle her with the dang oxygen cord, y'all. During this, the baby is saying daddy multiple times, and Jack begins to flatline. Mrs. Eve is telling the baby, you can't kill him, I have to end this. And feeling like it's not too late, she reaches over for the little mini flame blower thing. Y'all, what is that thing called? Just as Natasha comes into the room and snatches it away. First of all, why Mrs. Eve had to come with the baby? I would have just went there and just me and Jack could have burned up. Why did I bring the baby? Natasha tells her that there is no curse, that the baby is just a product of a violent world, and the only way to stop him is to give him what he wants. She tells Mrs. Eve, you did not start this. It is bigger than you. It is bigger than me. And the sooner we accept it, the easier this will go. Y'all, the baby says, Mama, and Natasha picks him up. Lord Jesus, child. Mrs. Eve is like, no, don't do this. But Natasha is like, someone has to, and it might as well be me. Y'all, Mrs. East tries to tell Natasha you cannot change him. But y'all, Natasha is like, it was nice to meet you. She chucked the deuces and she walked out with the baby. In the hallway, she tells the demon baby, Mama's taking you home. Look, y'all, if this series does not end with Natasha dead, I'm going to be mad. I mean, I'm already mad, but I'll be even more mad if Natasha does not die. Now, y'all, why this entire time the hospital was basically deserted, but once Natasha is walking out with the baby, all of a sudden, people just come out the woodwork. Y'all, what exactly is the writer trying to convey to us? What's the point of the series? How do y'all think this is all gonna end? I'm so pissed that Jack got off scot-free. All the horrible deaths of the other women, and he gets to live a nice, long, wealthy life and just have a heart attack when he was already dying. He went out peaceful. No comeuppance for Jack. But all the women throughout the years who did not want a baby had to die impaled on the fence, diving off a cliff, kicked in the head by a horse. I'm confused. I don't understand. My ending would be Natasha getting killed, just like all the women before. And Bobby ends up with the demon baby, and finally having a baby ends up being a curse because it's the demon baby. Hey, that's how I would end it. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next video.